Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson, and on this week's edition of Coach's Corner, we talked to Pohai head wrestling coach Jason Leavitt. And Coach Leavitt, thank you for being here.
Not a problem.
All right, the wrestling team 2-0 in duels already, and fifth at the Perry tournament. That's what's happened so far. Now, by the time you're watching this, the wrestling team will have competed in a Sapulpa duel, and then headed to Kansas City this weekend. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But first of all, 2-0, fifth at the Perry tournament. Not a bad start for the season. Tell us your thoughts so far.
2-0 is pretty good. You know, we just got to keep going. And duels are duels, and tournaments are tournaments. They're a little bit different. But the good thing about finishing fifth, you know, the only teams ahead of us were top teams in other classes. You know, top team in 6A and 5A and so on. So we're not far out. I mean, those teams placed 10 guys, we placed 8, so we're right there in the mix of everything, and we're not bad. We're not a bad wrestling team. Once we get it all coming together, and, you know, kids are, you know, we got them on the hook, you know, and they're listening and buying in, so, you know, we could change a lot to the end of the year.
Absolutely. Pohai wrestlers working hard this season, and they're getting ready to travel to Sapulpa. Now, by the time you're watching this, you'll have already competed in the duel with Sapulpa. Tell us what you expect to find in Sapulpa.
I think we'll go compete, and there'll be some competitive weights. You know, we'll come out. We should be victorious in that one, and just need to go win some matches. Though, you know, it's a regional team, and we don't need anybody being seated over us at the end or any letdowns. So.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, Coach Leavitt and the entire Pohai wrestling team will be boarding a bus bound for Kansas City, and this is an opportunity for your wrestlers to have 8 duels in 2 days. Now, how does the scheduling on that work? I mean, how do you time that? Are you just wrestling from morning to night?
Well, the first day they put you in a pool, and if you finish top 2 in your pool, you move on to a gold bracket. If you finish outside of the top 2, you go into a silver bracket. So, you know, what they say is it puts guys in the same competition level together. And, you know, the gold bracket, those are your big points as far as a team. The silver bracket, you have to get bonus point wins in order for those points to count. So you got to push as many guys into the gold bracket as you can, because if you're in the silver, you better start pinning everybody.
Right.
So
good experience. I
yes.
mean, this counts as a tournament, right?
Yes, it counts as a tournament, and, you know, outside of the matches that we wrestle, you know, this is a good opportunity for our guys, and there's a lot of college coaches there. It's a good opportunity for them to kind of get their name out there, and, you know, so they can have that opportunity to go to college and get a good look and some competition outside of our borders here in Oklahoma. So,
well, speaking of that competition, how would you shape up the competition you're expecting to see in Kansas City?
I would say this is probably one of the top tournaments that nationally, probably a top 10 tournament. It's a pretty tough tournament. You know, a lot of good Missouri schools there. Top team out of Georgia comes every year. Just Iowa. I mean, it's all over in the Midwest. Some East Coast, West Coast schools. So, Allen, Texas is there. They're a top team in the country. So, a lot of Oklahoma schools, and it just is a really tough tournament that I think we should be able to go compete.
All right. The wrestlers are working hard, and can you call out any individual wrestlers that you'd like to give some kudos to for all the hard work and how well they're doing out there?
Yeah, right now I think I've got, you know, I'll just go our placers this weekend. 120, Carson Belmar had a good tournament. He's wrestling up a weight. You know, most of our guys are wrestling up weight. 126, Spencer Shickram and Jacob Swinson, those guys, they're going to figure out weight classes soon. We had 2 guys place at 132, third and fifth, and 38. We're right there with Noah Burdick. 45, we got a sophomore, Tacoma Tipton. He's right there on the verge of placing this weekend. 52, Nene Big Goose, same situation as Tacoma. 60, Zeke Rubio. He took fifth, lost to some good guys this weekend, but we'll correct it. 95, Braden Presnall took third, had a good tournament. 220, Austin Fry took third, and heavyweight, Brett Bridges took fifth. So we got a lot of guys placing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, your chance to support your Pohai wrestling team coming up again on January 12th. Stillwater, it's a rivalry. The Pioneers coming into Robson Fieldhouse. I know it's a ways away, but if you can, give us a preview of what to expect from the Pioneers this year.
They're tough at some weights. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they have some good kids, and we just got to go wrestle. We go wrestle. We can beat them by 60, or we can beat them by 10.
Yeah.
But I think by that point in the season, we'll be in a groove. So.
Well, and then hosting the district duels just a week later on January 19th. Tell us about district duels. How is that? How many teams are coming in, and what's the significance of these duels?
There's 8 districts, and there's 4 teams per district, and we have Muskogee, Bartlesville, and Tulsa Union. We'll also wrestle junior high against theirs as well. So the significance of it, going to the dual state tournament, which is Shawnee in mid-February, and we haven't been to that thing since we won in 2009. So it's been a while, and I think this is the year that we'll get back into our usual ways of what we need to do to go compete. So it should be a good day for us.
Coach Jason Leavitt, Pohai head wrestling coach, and Coach Leavitt, I know we're excited about all of the duels upcoming, the tournaments, and I know your student athletes are in there. They're working hard. They're keeping their grades up in the classroom.
Yep.
It's got to be nice for you to get that report every week and see that to not have any of your wrestlers on the ineligible list is a good thing.
That's the thing. Coaching, you can have success in the wins and loss columns, but you really test your merit if they're doing it in the classroom too, and behaviors there. And my guys right now are doing that.
All right,
So,
Coach Leavitt, good work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Jason Leavitt. Pardon me, for the Pohai wrestling team head coach. And again, support your Pohai wrestlers. And of course, the next opportunity at Robson Fieldhouse coming up January 12th when the Stillwater Pioneers visit Robson Fieldhouse. In the meantime, your Pohai wrestlers going to be in Sapulpa, in Kansas City, and wrestling just all over the place, traveling, doing a lot of traveling. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Coach's Corner. I'm Sean Anderson. Until next time, thank you for watching.